And then sometimes like some of their videos might be recommending your content. And one of the things you did that was brilliant, Rad, when you were coming up, you were putting the you were putting the links, you would put my links, you would put Brian Jung's links in your video. So I'm not sure if that was like helping with like your SEO, the search.
It was.
Yeah. Yep. So like that
link. I tied your link. So I gave you credit, number one.
I appreciate that too.
Yeah, I gave you credit, number one. Number two, I used your name in my description with your video link. So it linked to your link and it put your name in my description. So YouTube said, he's like Credit Plug. And he's got his link in there. So instead of promoting all my links, I promoted other people's links and I leveraged their audience and I gave them credit at the same time. It did wonders for me, baby. That's a ninja move.
Absolutely. So yeah, like those things are important. And of course, like content creation, titles, thumbnails, content ideas. I mean, that's always kind of like an evolving thing, right? I've noticed that like, sometimes like the thumbnails, like they might work for a certain amount of time and then they stop being as effective, or certain titles, work for a little while and then they stop being effective. So I want to say that it's an art and a science at the same time.
It is. You learn all the time. You learn as you go. You're not going to have it all figured out. So don't try to figure it all out. Just do the damn thing. Just video, just shoot the content, and you will learn as you go. And you have a program like this to connect with people. Plug, everybody in this mentorship, whenever they post a new video, they post it in the group. We all help each other level up in this group, man. Like every single time. That is so key, because people are like, why do you do this? Because I want to give people what I never had. I want to give people a platform that I never had. I want to boost this, because the hardest part of YouTube is just getting started. It's just getting the confidence to do it, to get the consistency to do it. And I encourage everybody in this group to post their videos in the group. And we got 600 people in this mentorship. So that's almost to monetization. You need 1,000 subscribers if you're going to do long form, and 4,000 watch hours. You're almost there to 1,000 subscribers. You're halfway there just by joining the Radical Marketer Mentorship. Congratulations, you're halfway there. And then imagine the watch hours when people create a playlist of everybody's stuff and just plays it in the background.
Yep. There was actually I forget his title, but basically like an insider at YouTube who basically said one of the ways to, I guess, get your content recommended is also having it come from outside of YouTube. Yep. Right. So if you're doing like to what you said, sharing the links in your community, or some people might do like an email marketing campaign where that's something I've started to do as well. Like email automation where, I publish a video, I'll send out an email with the link of the video, and just like non-YouTube related traffic, kind of pushing your video. That's another thing that you can do. So going back to where was he at? So okay, so I'm trying to get over this 100K hump, and I guess the thing that kind of got me out of it, a little bit of a funk, because like I said, once it seemed like once I hit over 100, then like the growth didn't
slow down a little bit, different flow.
Yeah, it kind of slowed. And I don't know if it's because like, okay, you're trying to reach a bigger audience. So maybe you need to like polish things up a little bit. Maybe you need to expand, the types of topics that you talk about. And so I guess for me to kind of get out of that, I just kept posting content. I just kept, pumping out, being consistent. And eventually like you'll hit a break where, you have a video that just takes off, and that video might contribute to, 1,000, 2,000, 10,000 subscribers. So, it's all going to depend, but, yeah, I would say, the journey is definitely not over. I'm constantly learning all the time, and just thinking about ways of continuing to put out like good content, good information. Now, I would say now what kind of consumes me a lot is it definitely puts a lot of pressure. Like when you're putting out like information that's helping change people's lives, it's like this constant pressure, like, all right, I got to go out and find the next game changer, right? So that's something I'm always doing, like research. Since I'm in like the credit finance, I'm always going to different banks, gathering information. So yeah, it's almost like an adrenaline rush too. Like, especially like, for example, some of these credit gems, like, no credit check, credit card, right? So I'm up 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning while my wife's sleeping on my phone. I'm on Crunchbase. I'm on, all these different, resources, like trying to figure out. And a lot of times this information might be buried because when you think about it, if you go on Google, right, and you type no credit check, credit union loan or whatever, right, it may only bring up like the top, I forget how many pages it goes. Like some information just doesn't rank high enough for it to be, for you able to be able to pick that information out. And then oftentimes, like I said, people assume everything is online. All information is online. It's not. Information has to be discovered first and then published online, right? There's a handful of companies where they were pretty much obscure until Rad put something out, I put something out, and they blew
up. For me, BHG changed it where they couldn't just get a credit card. You used to be able to just apply for a business credit card with BHG. When I put that video out, people, because you could do it as a sole proprietor and just get that and just hide your utilization and use that at 0%. Like once I caught onto that, I was like, oh man, this is bad to the bone right here. And everybody started calling them for the business credit card, didn't want their loan, just wanted their credit card. So they created it, said you have to go through a loan process before we'll let you apply for our credit cards. And I said, oh man, that was like one of my things of the many that you had with Genesis and all types of different companies. But going back to what you said, I discovered something last night, ladies and gentlemen, that I'm not going to talk about right now. But I told Plug this morning when we were on the phone before this call, I said, bro, if I'm right about this information, this is going to change the game. I believe that I found an underwriter that will give business lines of credit with a 3-month LLC and a 680 credit score across the board, doing business for 90 days. I'm not going to tell you guys what it is right now. I'm not going to tell you, but there's a network of banks that I found out about. I'm definitely going to show Plug before I ever release it. But this is a game changer because I went through the rabbit trail of research, like what you said, and I used DuckDuckGo to even go further into that research. I got off of Google. I started using other search engines because things are in different things. Like what you said, you got to dig deep for this. And then you got to start dot connecting. That is a skill, ladies and gentlemen, that if you can start dot connecting, and that's big. That's why I'm big into crypto, because I dot connect a lot in crypto. I don't just buy things and trade. I buy things that hold. So I'm basically buying the infrastructure of Web3, right? And utility cryptos. But I have to dig into companies like Accenture, right? That I know you're familiar with. Like I have to dig into different companies that, Hyperledger, like what cryptos are familiar with these major companies. And now these are the low cap coins that I'm investing in. That's just a crypto move, but I'm literally dot connecting to find my way. And when you can learn how to be self-aware of who you are, what your mission is, what you want to talk about, when you can be honest with yourself about how your business is performing, what is it bad? How is it good? How can I change? There's been things that I've edited in this mentorship where I've removed courses from the program just because I didn't feel like it was a good fit. So guys, that's so key. Plug, let's talk about the rabbit in the room that brought them all in here. First of all, your name. They want to see you. They want to talk to you. We'll let people do that here in a moment. How do you consistently make over $100,000 to $150,000 a month on YouTube